You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Well, hello, and welcome to episode 303 of the Soul Forge podcast.
Welcome to the Soul Forge, a place of silent mystery, quiet contemplation, and outright mayhem. Join your host, Sean Vanderloo, as he guides you through the adventures of living. Together, we'll talk about life and love, sex and dating, joy and heartache, memories and loss, and so much more. Don't worry, it's not nearly as pretentious as it sounds. Get ready for life, the universe, and everything on the Soul Forge.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I'm Sean, and with me today is a special guest who we've heard from a couple times. It's our good friend, G.
Hello, everybody.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Awesome.
I'm so excited to be back.
Yeah, it's been about a month.
Something like that. Yeah.
Last time was sex blankets and kink.
Right.
So this time we're going to talk about... Talk.
Yeah. Talking about talking?
Yeah. Communication during intimacy.
Yes.
Because it's important.
Oh, is it ever?
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, even before the intimacy, it's important.
Well, yeah, you have to get there somehow.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's all about communication.
It is.
And talking about talking, where are we right now? Just to give our listeners kind of a mind picture of where we are. Where are we?
We are standing inside Amore, which is at 331 Cora Road. So right on the corner of Cora and Douglas. Actually used to be the Bank of Montreal.
In downtown Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And it's not a bank anymore, is it?
No, but it's a great place to deposit money.
Oh, I bet it is. I'm
More
sure.
bang for your buck.
What can we buy here?
Oh, everything and anything,
Oh.
in all honesty. So we're a proper adults-only store. And the reason I say that is because the store is bright. The store is open, very welcoming.
Yes.
I'm safe to say that. And it's not just about the toys, but of course we sell all of those.
There's a lot here.
Oh, there is, from the newest to the good old traditionals.
The classics.
The classics. Is that nothing wrong with a classic?
Hey, it works.
Exactly. But we also have full lines of lingerie.
Yes, I see
And of
them.
course, we sell that
Yeah.
in like small all the way through to 4X, 5X, because we believe in every body. We still sell DVDs, believe it or not.
DVDs?
Yes,
You sell DVDs
we
here?
do, and we
Wow.
still have a following.
I did not know this part.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it's mostly our older gentlemen that
I
are
would
scared
imagine.
of computers, but that's okay. I still carry them for them. And then of course we've got the softer side, so all the nice lotions and bath products.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of everything. And then the back room, which is the fun fetish kink room that we had touched base a little bit on the last one.
Yes.
Yeah, refresh your memories, go back and listen to that one because it was a good episode too.
It was.
I mean, they're all good episodes.
They are, but the sexy ones seem to be a little bit more popular.
A little bit.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now that we've established where we are,
Yes.
and it's not the first time I've been here.
No.
In your domain, I guess we could call it.
Yes.
But we're going to talk about the importance of communication when you're getting to know somebody, and after you've gotten to know them and you want to get them a little bit deeper,
Yes.
so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big one. Like, I'm just going to jump right into it because we get obviously, we got a ton of questions around here. And one of the things that I pride myself on, and I make sure that the staff know, is never be scared to ask questions, and never be afraid to tell the customer, hey, that's a really good question. I'm not 100% sure either.
Right.
And either research with the customer or, ask them questions back. And for our customers, and again, even in just day-to-day life, don't be afraid to ask. So one of the biggest ones that we do get around here are, okay, well, we want to spice our lives up. Okay. Whether you've been together for a month, whether you've been together for 50 years, there's nothing wrong with spicing it up.
That's right.
But one of the things that people think that they need to do to spice it up is to introduce different people into their relationships.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
That's
and
the most common?
that's one of the most common. And by all means. But it's funny because I say, okay, well, what are your rules? And the blank look that I get from people, and they're like, well, what do you mean rules? I'm going,
Oh
boy, here we go.
Because they don't think about all the implications.
Exactly.
They just say, well, let's have a third person because it could be fun.
Or a fourth or a fifth.
Right.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
We don't judge
And
here.
their boat. Exactly. Oh, yeah, absolutely. No judgment ever comes from anywhere in this place. Is very discreet. But so that I always think, okay, back it up, baby steps. Well, then how do we spice things up? Well, when's the last time you even just said to your partner, so remember last time when you touched me here? That felt really good. Can we do that again? I can't say that to them. Okay, but why can't you?
Right?
Well, I'm embarrassed. Okay.
You guys are naked, doing all these things, touching each other's naughty bits.
Exactly.
And you can't say what you like or what you don't like.
Right?
That's important.
Very. And if your partner is making you uncomfortable in asking for that, then you might need to revamp your entire situation.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying there might not be some giggles saying,
Oh, yeah, sure.
Of course, you get a little, and you get a little flustered. And even to me, that's kind of a fun sign of the relationship, because if that person is still giving you the butterflies and making you all giggly, that's okay.
Fantastic.
But you have to be able to, and even more importantly, of course, is the non-pleasurable.
Right.
You have to definitely be able to say, yeah, we're not doing that again.
Uh-huh.
And if you can't do that, then you really need to run for the hills. There's really something wrong.
I guess
That's a whole other serious talk. And,
For sure. That might be something fundamentally wrong with the person.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter who they're with.
Exactly.
Okay. So rules for a threesome.
Yes. So basically the biggest one is that what do you and your partner expect from each other, right? Some people actually have the rule of kissing. There can't be any French kissing, any tongue involved, because that's a little too intimate, right? Okay. Then there's like really, really big ones where there's no actual intercourse or anything like that. So you and your partner have to lay out all these rules, and then you have to approach the other person or the other couple.
Yeah.
And if anybody doesn't agree on any of the rules, you kind of got to kibosh the entire thing.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right.
Because you're bringing someone else's into your twosome.
Exactly.
And that's like the fundamental core of everything.
Yep.
So.
And if you're having problems in your relationship, the threesome is not going to fix it.
No, that's just going to make it worse.
It just, exactly.
Because one person's going to run off with one of them. Yeah, of course.
Exactly. But some people think that, okay, well, maybe this will fix it. Oh, no. Oh, no, you're just creating, as you kind of touched on, you're just creating a whole new wave of problems.
Things are bad. Let's have more chaos.
Right? I see. Well, I broke that foot. Let's see if I can break the other one. Like, no, this is not fun. This is not what we do.
So what would be some better ways to spice up a relationship?
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm going to turn it a little bit towards sales, too. Like, there's always adding... One of the first things I say to couples is, if you're a little shy to ask for something, we sell the dice and the card games. So you roll the dice kind of tell you what to do. Well, you have to do it. That's what you rolled, right?
Then you don't have to use your words at all.
Exactly.
And then maybe that can build into better communication.
Exactly.
And I'm sure you have quite a line of dice here.
I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm looking at about 10 different sets of dice, and they range from everything. And they're not just hetero couples. Like, there's even ones that are emojis, which are a lot of fun. But okay, if you don't want to come into the store to shop and you just want to open up the communications, again, why don't you write yourself 2 different sets of cards, and only you can see the answer, and you get your partner to pick one.
Right.
And it could be something just as silly as holding hands in public.
Yeah.
And then it could be something very much more in depth with a different sexual position. And again, you're picking something that you're comfortable with, and you should pretty much know enough of what your partner would be comfortable with, because you are together.
Well.
But yeah, so I mean, if you don't even want to turn it into sales at the store, like I said, then do some fun cards,
or
pick and choose.
You can even text each other.
Exactly.
Or just write it down and hand each other a note.
Yep. Make a fun jar.
A fun jar.
Right.
There you go.
Exactly.
This is our fun jar. We use it every Friday night.
Right.
We pick something new every time.
Yep. And you each get to put in.
Yeah.
You each, by the end of the week, let's say you have to put in, it doesn't even, 2 different suggestions.
Yeah.
4 different suggestions, or build it every week. Okay, now we have to do 3 different suggestions.
There you
right?
go. Yeah.
And you just keep building. I mean, that's a great idea. And again, nobody's, you shouldn't be putting anything in there that is so far-fetched that your partner's going, I'm sorry, where did we get to this stage?
Exactly.
But then again, if you do, there's another route of communication.
Right.
Because you just found out that apparently that's not what my partner wants to do. Who knew that they didn't want the Vulcan or the shocker or
or a golden shower or a rolling brownout or who knows what.
right? A rusty trombone, the sand chest. Like,
There.
ta-da, you just found out something.
Introduce some things, get some communication going, talk about what you like, what you don't like, what you might be willing to try.
Right?
Good afternoon.
May we be of assistance, sir?
Yes, I'm looking for a podcast for someone who likes that 1960s headache music.
Don't these podcasters have atrocious taste?
Sir, may I recommend this podcast by Monkeying Around? I guarantee a migraine.
I never heard of monkeying around.
You never heard of Monkeying Around?
He's never heard of
Monkeying
monkeying
Around.
What does monkeying around sound like? I'll take it.
He took it?
He took it.
Monkeying Around, a podcast about the monkeys.
And again, if it doesn't go right and the communication isn't happening, then
Maybe that relationship is not going to last.
exactly. Or, you really need to have a bigger realm of communication on, okay, wait a minute. If this isn't working, what's the actual base problem? There's something deeper.
Are you sure we shouldn't just add a third person in? Just make everything better?
Right? I think we should.
Yeah,
Who are
yeah.
we going to call?
Right.
Ghostbusters. I had to throw that in there.
Well, yeah, that's it.
But it does. It always scares me when everybody's like, okay, so we want to. And it is one of those first or second questions I say. And why do you want to do a threesome?
Right.
Is it something you have talked about together, have talked about it for a while now? Pardon me, is this just your idea?
And the other person's going along because they don't want to lose you.
Exactly.
Because that's a big thing, too.
Is it ever?
You
Is
must
it ever?
see a lot of that.
Oh, so much of it. And then,
Because you do make this a safe space.
thank you.
It's
that's
well
very
known for that.
important. Thank you. And then there's also the after communication, the aftercare. Even if it's just between the two of you.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk after sex or after intimacy every single time.
No.
But sometimes you just do need to roll over and go to sleep.
Well, sure.
Sometimes you do need that sandwich or you do need to rehydrate. But it's
I'm sure you think
hydration is important, so is stretching, people.
Yes.
Come on now. Yes.
Gatorade and snacks. It's important.
Right? Exactly. There's a whole drawer. Sex snacks, right? Energy bars.
Chocolate,
protein.
whatever.
Exactly. Whatever it takes. But even afterwards, if something bothered you, again, whether it was a touch or they said something, again, it's not always easy to speak up, regardless whether it's intimacy or anything. Sometimes it's not easy.
This isn't easy. But I didn't like it when you did such and such.
Right? This scared me. This brought this emotion. And if your partner's not responsive, back to square one we go with saying, there might be a bigger issue here. Right?
But you know what I really did like? I like when you did this.
Right? Can you do that again? Damn it, I don't remember how. Well, write it down. Figure it out. There's an instruction book in drawer number 2. It's and that's one of the biggest problems with after the threesomes or foursomes or however you introduce it. One of the other big problems is that they pretend it went great.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the woman. It can come from the man or the non-binary, whoever you're with.
Yeah.
It can come from them too. But a lot of people, there was something that bothered them. But because the other person loved it, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Right.
Or because the other couple or the third person, it's okay, I'll
And then
just
you
keep
have
my mouth shut.
resentments, and then you do it again against your better judgment, and
Yeah,
you
and
just-
that snowballs, and that feeling just grows and grows and grows, and then you're really without communication because now how do I fix it? Because I'm going to look like the bad person, and I'm the one that doesn't want to do this. Well, it's fine that you're the one that doesn't want to do that. That should be allowed, and that should be okay.
body autonomy.
Right?
Yeah. Safety.
Yeah, exactly. And if you have, jealousy is a tough word because it's a harsh word. But if you do have that inkling of, okay, I feel like that person did this a little better or was liked a little more,
right.
you really have to speak up because that will definitely grow into that big green envious monster that everybody immediately sees when they hear that word. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the communication could be so much fun. Like I said,
Because it doesn't have to be a chore.
no, Not at all. But it could be a chore, and we could make it a fun chore. We have maid costumes.
Ooh. 331 Cora?
Yes,
Okay.
331 Cora.
Excellent.
Open 7 days a week.
Perfect.
For all your maid conveniences.
Oh my.
But yeah, so it's very important. And like I said, if you're not comfortable communicating, write it down.
Yep.
Send your partner a note, a text, whatever. I'm old school, so I automatically go with a handwritten note because I'm old.
That's how I would probably do it too.
Right?
Here, just read this.
Exactly.
And you can sit on the couch while the other person is even reading it.
Yep.
And then you can talk about the points.
Or I'm famous for leaving the note and going away
Oh,
and like going to work. And then it's
Yeah.
like I get a text going, did you leave me a note? I don't know. Did you like the note? Because I don't know. Maybe I didn't. It depends. What am I coming home to? You naked on the bed or,
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what other kinds of questions do you get from people?
Oof. There's so many. My other favorite one is, okay, I have a stupid question. No, you actually don't.
No stupid questions.
There's
'cause
not.
Not everybody can know everything.
Exactly. I mean, well, I'm close. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you're the
I'm not
professional
even.
in the.
Oh, but
adult
even
sphere.
I get questions that still I kind of go,
Of course.
huh, that is an interesting one. I'm not sure. How do we spice it up? Like I said, that's kind of the one. And we want to have a threesome. Oh, hey, Lord. That one actually makes me roll my eyes more than I care to admit.
It's too cliche.
It is. And again, because I know they're doing it for the wrong reasons. I've researched and I try to verse myself as much as I can with the kink and the BDSM community. I'm trying to think because we do get a lot of questions. You're right. There's always... But yeah, like how else can we spice it up? Or what do you think he'd like? Well,
maybe-
what would she like?
Ask.
Ask them, not me. I have the female body part, but not her specific body part, so I don't know what she'd like. But it kind of drives me nuts when they're like, well, I don't know, what's the most popular? Okay, well, today it's this, but tomorrow it's something different. And
if you ask your partner and have that communication, that's a way to grow closer together.
exactly.
Let's explore these options.
Right?
Let's go to Amore and see what they have that we both might like.
Exactly.
Or
and
whatever.
More people, I'm kind of proud, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm throwing you guys under the bus on this one because it is more the guys that come in. They're like, well, I want to buy her something. Okay, great. What do you want to buy her? Well, I don't know. Okay. Well, what's your most popular toy? Okay. How about you go pick her up, take her out for a drink, take her out for dinner, take her out for brunch, whatever. Why don't you bring her in here and just tell her,
I want to get you something.
I want to get you something.
Surprise.
And it's fine if you set a budget. That's okay. But, oh, wait, dude, I can't answer what she'd like
course
because
not.
I could be wrong.
Everybody's different.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's my favorite. What would she like? I don't even know who you're talking about.
How could you?
Right? Exactly. I mean, I probably do because she was probably in here shopping too, but that's
Well,
beside the point.
It is a pretty popular place.
Yeah.
So
And one of my other favorite ones is I'm short and I'm pleasantly chubby, pleasantly plump, and I'm fine with that.
voluptuous.
Yes, thank
go with
you.
that.
And it's so cute when I have the guys that come in, and again, I'm totally throwing you guys under the bus because let's be honest, especially Valentine's and Christmas, they want to buy her lingerie.
Right.
And they're trying oh so desperately not to eyeball my figure, but they're like, you know, looking me and not in the eye, looking away a little, going, well, like, she's like a size, and they're looking me up and down, and I'm like, okay, look, I'm about a 2 to 3X. Yes, I have a larger chest. This is about what size. Is she built like me? Well, taller. I'm like, well, everybody's taller than I. The freaking kindergartners are taller than I am now. I said, that part doesn't count. I said, but I have a belly. Is she built like this? And it's just so cute because they're trying so hard to be polite and not stare at me. I'm like, you can look at me. It's okay. Okay, well, she's a little bit slimmer. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's fine. And I've actually gone so far as I'll try lingerie on for the customer.
Oh, yeah?
Like, obviously, I'll leave most of my clothing on, but I've tried on pieces. So he's like, oh, that would fit her. Thank you. And I'm like, there you go. So see? Yeah.
It's a full service shop.
Right?
Very nice.
Well, depends on who's working.
Yeah. Oh boy.
But yeah, like I said, the one of the main questions is we need to change things up, or, you know, we've been together for this long, and that one kind of bugs me a little bit too. It's like, well, we've been together this long and we don't know what to do anymore. why is there a time? Yes, you celebrate anniversaries, but why does it matter if you've been together 5 years, 45 years, 2 years? Like,
It's not a race.
no, exactly.
Just enjoy each other.
Yeah. And I mean, you should always be growing in your relationship.
course.
That's another thing I tell my customers. Why do you want to spice it up now? What was wrong with a year ago? Like, you should always be
And
shifting
maybe
and
they
growing.
each think they each want to spice it up, and neither one of them do, but they haven't had that communication,
Exactly.
which is what it all comes down to.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Talking.
We do a whole podcast about it. It's called The Soul Forge.
Ta-da! It's a great podcast, you guys. Even without me on here, he's fantastic. You should
Oh,
be
thanks.
listening more. Oh, it's true, they're fun. But yeah, it's just, again, I'm not saying it's easy. And I think sometimes too, when people hear communication, they hear confrontation.
Right.
And a lot of people confuse those words. And there's nothing confrontational.
No, it's
there
just
doesn't
having-
have to be
just
about
just
communication.
having a good chat,
Yeah, exactly.
like we're doing now.
Ta-da!
Right.
Absolutely nothing confrontational.
Not a
It's
thing.
an easy conversation. So get that word out of your vocabulary, because if it, again, here we go, if it does become confrontational, you have a bigger problem than the intimacy and
Oh,
that
yeah.
part of your relationship.
That
So
might not be the relationship for you.
right,
Yeah,
exactly. And we don't want to be the ones that have to point that out Amore, but if we are, well, we have toys for your divorce party.
There you go. Yes. Yeah. Lots of self-pleasuring devices around here, and
Yeah. And I mean, you also, communication comes from you too. If you know that you have a hard time communicating, then you need to look inwardly and work on that yourself.
Exactly.
Like I said, I'm, believe it or not, for as much as I talk, and I do that very, very well, I am one of those people that has a hard time communicating, because I'm one of those people that I'm scared that somebody's going to take what I said wrong, that I shouldn't have said that. I overthink it. My girly brain goes haywire on me.
that's relatable.
Right. So I write it. I write it down.
I've done it.
Yep. And texting communication, I'm squishing my face right now, because texts are very bit difficult.
Because
Please
they can be shared.
And they can be shared, and they also get misread.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't see my face.
No,
You can't hear my tone.
you can't hear the sarcasm,
If there is, or
the
if
joke,
there's.
or
Yeah.
the serious, whatever it is.
Yeah. So in all honesty, folks, sexting is great. Like, that's a fun way of communicating.
Oh, for sure it is.
Send some pictures, have some fun with that. But if you really need to talk to your partner about, again, whether it be intimacy or just something about the relationship, please don't text.
Yeah,
I
no.
know I'm old school, but please don't, because you're just causing yourselves more problems.
Big time.
And again, it can get misread.
Yep.
It can get, yeah. Because I actually just recently did that. She sent me something and I went, excuse me? Why are you mad at me? And she's like, I'm not. I'm like, read your text. And she's like, uh-huh. I'm like, okay, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're not hearing it. And she goes, but why did you hear it that way? I said, from past trauma. I'll fully admit, I take it on myself.
Trauma
that
gets you every time.
Oh, stupid damn trauma.
And everybody has it.
Exactly. We
One
all
kind
have
or
it.
another. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah.
it.
So communicate. Try to communicate face to face, or like I said, write a note, write it down and read it.
Yeah.
I've done that one before. Like, I wrote you a letter. Well, I'll read it. No, I'm going to read it to you, but let me,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just get comfortable enough to have the chat,
Yeah.
no matter how you do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
I think that's pretty good.
I think so.
All right. So, listeners, hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you talk to all your people. The best thing that you can do is leave a 5-star review in the podcatcher of your choice for the Soul Forge podcast. And if you're here in downtown Sault Ste. Marie, come to 331 Cora Road.
Oh, I know one more thing we have to quickly touch base on. October is an amazing month.
Is it?
Oh my God, we have so many events going on.
Tell me.
I'm going to tell. Okay, so first of all, this Saturday, there is a burlesque and drag show at the Moose.
That's on the 7th.
So October 7th.
Okay.
Doors open at 8. Show starts at 8:45-ish. Let's be honest. Tickets are $10. And of course, we've got them, 331 Cora Road. So there's that fun one.
Okay.
Then on October 13th is the Positively Red Ball, which is a fundraiser for HARP. so the HIV
Oh,
and
okay.
AIDS Foundation.
Okay.
They're raising funds to build a monument at the museum.
Okay.
That one, tickets are $80 for that one. It's at the Grand Gardens.
Okay.
But there's a guest DJ. There's some dance numbers. Yeah, it sounds like a really fun night. So that's October 13th.
Okay.
Again, we're selling the tickets for that. Then on October 14th, they're doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show showing.
Really?
Yeah, so
Where?
they're at the theater, Grand Theater on Queen Street.
Okay.
I've never been in there. I'm actually really excited. So those tickets are $45, and it's followed by a drag show.
Oh.
Then I think I have a weekend off, but I'm sure something will be put on my calendar. And then on October 28th is the Drag Me to Hell All-Stars pageant, which is a drag show competition.
Very
and I'm
nice.
judging at that one. So
cool.
Yeah. So see, communicate. Go for a date. Communicate that you want them to buy you all these tickets.
That's right. That's right.
Because it's going to be, it's a fun month.
October is a fun-filled month.
Uh-huh.
Spooky.
Yeah, it is.
Spooky how fun it's going to be.
Ooh,
Ah,
good
there you
one.
go. There you go. That's it. That's it. All right.
Okay.
So this was a lot of fun.
That was.
And
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll probably do it again in another month or so.
Perfect.
I think we're going to try to do it every 4 or 5 weeks.
I think so.
So something
About
like
every
that.
4 weeks,
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
depending on our schedules and whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
But until next time, dear listeners, talk to your people and remember, to love is to burn without fear of being consumed.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping at the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.